For the ones finding new ways to ensure the job always gets done. For the ones wearing many hats. For the ones who are hands-on, even from far away. And the ones keeping business moving forward. We are Grainger, offering supplies and solutions for every industry, with 24/7 support and experienced staff at over 250 local branches. Call, clickgrainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
We're talking about podcast. We're talking about itty bitty podcast. A podcast.
Merry Mini Monday, Chunkies. I'm Carter.
I'm Doge.
And I'm Jordan.
Guys, there's a little bit to talk about today.
I'd say
it's right there in the news. It's the news time. So let's jump straight in. First off, though, I do want to start with, it feels like, we're starting to enter into our 5th year. Everyone knows Two Chunks is about to be a budding young 4-year-old. And we've had several times during our podcast career where one of us will send that Slack message that kind of makes your heart drop regardless, but especially if you're really into TV and film. And it's when we lose somebody.
Yeah.
And Michael K. Williams, just a few days ago at the time of our recording, we know only that he was found dead in his apartment, really just in his 50s. Best known for Lovecraft Country, best known really for his role as Omar on The Wire. Pretty iconic character actor in TV and film. Currently, you could look up kind of the details of the news yourself, but as of today, on this Friday, September 10th, it's kind of uncertain. There's some assumptions that it could have been some kind of overdose, but there's others that are declaring it's not. But regardless, it just feels like, I feel like the most recent one that was big like this was Chadwick Boseman. And it's always just kind of a bummer. You kind of start to see, you forget how many people these actors have worked with, even when they don't have careers that are super long as maybe, those that we lose late in life to old age. But when you start hearing about working with him, Michael K., it's definitely one that we're going to miss. So I wanted to put that out there. Something that has been very encouraging, on the other hand, in the movie business is the summer box office has been great. It has not been record-setting, even though there have been a couple of movies that have come out and set records for their specific release date. Shout out to Shang-Chi, which we reviewed last week for Labor Day weekend records. But the summer box office had $1.75 billion in revenue, which is a big deal. And it's not just something that's a big deal that Two Chunks hosts are excited about. It's something that the movie business is excited for. And we were just talking about this, and Jordan was talking about it. But it felt like there was kind of these floodgates opened.
Yeah.
It's like we saw, okay, the summer, which is usually our biggest profit, our biggest return on investment, did pretty well. So let's move forward. And it felt like we just got trailer after trailer after trailer after trailer. Everything. And it's a super encouraging thing. And what's so funny too now is you'll see trailers for these things that I already am putting myself in the seat at Alamo to watch it.
Right.
And then what's funny though is I see that in the bottom right-hand corner that says, you know what, you don't have to.
Yeah.
This is going to be coming out on Netflix. We've had plenty of conversations on this podcast about how production quality and budget for movies, there is no difference anymore between something that could be streaming and something that could be in theaters. And so,
look at The Irishman even a couple of years ago.
Right. Yeah. Oh, 100%.
Movies format or platform of choice almost doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah. Yeah. And when we're looking at seasons of movie releases, one of our favorite games to play, Box Office Ball, is actually split up into 2 seasons, but it kind of encompasses 4. You can almost look at it as like a weather calendar. I mean, you've got summer, fall, winter and spring. Spring tends to be right now in the movie business a season that's not fully defined as what to expect. It used to be where it was a time where the movie business would kind of take that time off and they're not releasing big things in late January through early March.
Used to be rom-com season.
That's a good point. Yeah, around Valentine's Day. And all of your St. Patrick's Day movies, of course, would be coming out
naturally
around that time as well. But then obviously the summer was known for your seminal part of a franchise. The big franchise movies are coming out.
Yeah.
We know Marvel.
That's when all the Transformies came out.
All the Transformies, all the Fast and Furiouses. But Marvel has kind of been on the forefront of saying, you know what, blockbusters can come out whenever we want. Because Black Panther was a February movie, if we all remember. And of course, we still have 2 more big Marvel films coming out this year. But anyways, the fall rolls around, and that's what the season that we're getting into. And that's the second half of our first season of Box Office Ball with our Patreon members. But this second half is going to have a mix of the blockbuster that comes in the early winter. Christmas is always a big day for that. And those Oscar-nominated type things. So these are the shout out to Ocean's 11, even though it wasn't super Oscar-nominated, but these are the movies that are coming out that have just a little bit of everybody sometimes. You wonder,
it was Jordan nominated, though. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah, well, for 100%. We've got a few trailers I'd love to talk to you guys about. One of them is probably, to me, the biggest testament to just people in movie business feeling good about how the summer went. I don't think I expected to see a Matrix trailer for a while.
Sure.
Yeah. I didn't expect a Matrix this year. I thought for sure it was going to be a January, February thing.
And this first trailer that we got clearly says Christmas, right? Christmas Day. It's going to be coming out Christmas Day. One of the things that stood out to me is that we've got the Wachowski. Am I pronouncing that right?
I think it's Wachowski, huh?
Wachowski, you're right. The Wachowski twins.
It's Mike Wazowski.
Okay, Mike Wazowski. But Mike and his sister are the ones who kind of came up with Matrix. And they also did Jupiter Ascending, if you'll remember.
That's true.
But something that stood out to me is we only have one Wachowski name here.
We're down to one.
We're down to one. So maybe this is going to be good for the franchise. But we got, in my opinion, a song that feels like it was written to be a part of a Matrix trailer.
That was a really, really good pull for that trailer.
Was really, really good. And we've basically got John Wick Keanu. And I think Matrix Resurrection, after seeing the trailer, seeing who's involved, seeing that there's actually quite a bit of stuff that felt like being held close to the chest. There wasn't too much going on that I hadn't seen in a Matrix movie, so I'm hoping there's things that surprise me. I will go see this in theaters, not on Christmas Day, but I'd love to go see it in theaters. But it feels like Keanu's resurgence as Wick is going to be worth maybe tens of millions of dollars, maybe hundreds of millions of dollars for this movie.
Cashed in on the Keanu's
bringing him back. We had a few people that were being brought back here. What did you guys think of the trailer?
I've never watched a single Matrix. It's never interested me before. Really. It's never been something. It wasn't something that like I grew up watching. I'm more
surprised that you say it's never interested you.
I know. Not for any real particular reason, I guess, but it's not something that I grew up watching. Like I would have been too young to choose to watch it when it first came out. It would have been too inappropriate for my little eyes and ears. But then just as I grew up, it was never something I circled back around to. And it's just whenever the opportunity has presented itself, I just ended up I would have rather watched something else every time, it seems like. And so it's just not, just based on what I know about it, it's never super interested in me. But I kind of just want to burn through the first 3 so that The Matrix is definitely a gap for me. Yeah. We talk about those gaps that we have where it's like, we've seen so many movies and so many movies that other people haven't heard of or haven't seen just because we'll scroll through and just give it a chance. And then all of a sudden it's like, but I haven't seen The Matrix. So how much do I really know?
Well, shout out to our Patreon exclusive series on Back to the Future.
Right,
we know I haven't seen any of those. But Doge, have you seen The Matrix?
I've seen The Matrix. I've seen the first The Matrix.
Okay.
And quite enjoyed it. I mean, it's in the same way. I'm sure we'll talk about this in our upcoming Patreon episode about Back to the Future Part 2. I know we talked about it in our DCOM series. There are some movies that are just time capsules, and The Matrix is the like the most turn of the millennium time capsule. You know what I mean? Like, it is so unbelievably 1999-ish. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, I was going to say
I'm really motivated to watch 2 and 3 now so that I can watch this John Wick Neo movie.
That's awesome. Maybe we have to. We might have another idea when we're done with Back to the Future then for some Patreon exclusive. Ooh. But it's incredibly nostalgic for me. Incredibly nostalgic, and the first one kind of stands on its own. Not necessarily in the way that Jurassic Park would, which comes out. The first Jurassic Park comes out a few years before our first Matrix experience, but the very first Matrix stands on its own, and so I hope that there's a lot of harkening back to the OG. Another movie.
There is no Lawrence Fishburne in this, though.
There isn't, and I can't tell. Something bad happen to him in 2 or 3?
I
can't tell if we're having a reincarnation of him, though.
Yeah,
because our actor,
it's Yahya, right?
Yeah, Yahya is very much looking and talking like.
It's almost
Morpheus.
a Lawrence Fishburne impression. Yeah,
and it's called Matrix Resurrection. So I'm kind of thinking maybe that's who he's playing. Whether we see that in the credits or not, but I'm not sure.
Yeah.
We can have our own speculations when we all watch those movies. But another trailer that we saw feels Oscar-y. It's Adam McKay.
It's definitely Oscar-y if it's Adam McKay.
It's Oscar-y. And then, of course, it seems like the resume here is, and we're not even talking about director and anyone who's on board for this movie besides actors, but it looks like there's about 15 Oscars walking around.
Yeah, for real.
25 Oscars walking around. Just an incredible cast. And it's so funny. This happens to us every now and then because be it a mini Monday or something that we're bringing up during one of our movie episodes, we can stumble upon another movie. You know, you can just kind of catch us in the act of researching something and being like, oh my God, That happened recently with Joel Cohen's Macbeth that we knew was going to be coming out. We were looking at what's Frances McDormand doing.
What's Frankie
soon?
do?
What's all Frankie doing soon? But Don't Look Up is one that we stumbled upon.
This movie is wild. This cast is bananas.
It is. I can't even really think of outside of the movie that we're reviewing tomorrow when you look at Ocean's 11. But this even feels to a higher extent. But I'm going to read off a few names here. And for those of you, Chunkies, for those of you listening, this is absolutely worth a watch. It's very much a tease. We don't really get to see a lot of time with all of our big actors. Some of them are going to play smaller roles, it seems, but we have Leonardo DiCaprio, and I'm only reading by how they're billed here. On IMDb, Leo DiCaprio, Jennifer Lawrence, Timothée Chalamet, Jonah Hill, Cate Blanchett, Gina Gershon, who's actually a big deal, Meryl Streep, Melanie Linsky, Ron Perlman, Michael Chiklis, Matt Perry, Mark Rylance. Huh?
Chiklis?
Chiklis. Mark Rylance, Ariana Grande, Tyler Perry. Oh my gosh. And it just keeps going.
And then add all that names. They're being directed by Adam McKay. And it's
being directed by Adam McKay.
A comedy, like probably a dark comedy similar to The Big Short.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Sign me absolutely right
Completely.
Up. Yeah.
Completely.
Are you kidding me?
I was reading a thing that says this is Leo's first movie set in the present day since Inception. Isn't that wild? It's his first period movie since Inception.
That's so weird.
Christmas Eve release.
This is J-Law's first movie back in a hot minute, huh?
Yeah, she took a long time off because she did a couple stinkers right in a row.
Sure.
Working with McKay means good for her on the critic side of things. Yeah. She's always done really well with him. So something super to be excited about. And then honestly, it's worth, I think, sharing Jordan in the midst of us looking at trailers and us having a conversation about how they're just coming out of nowhere and there's so many of them. There was another trailer that came out called The Guilty. And it makes sense that Jordan brought this up because it's his boy Jake Gyllenhaal.
Jakey
Gillies. And that looks incredibly interesting too. He basically works in a 911. You don't call them call centers, do you?
Yeah, I guess like a call center.
Yeah. And so that's another trailer worth a look. Both that and Don't Look Up have Netflix releases.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I don't know that Adam McKay has done a Netflix release before. And so there's a lot of these things that don't really make headline news that contractually are happening between streaming services and companies and these big directors. We had mentioned just last week that Jordan Peele has signed a huge contract with a specific broadcast company to make TV shows. It's this thing, I can't remember. It feels like this has only happened within the last couple of decades of major networks or major streaming platforms just saying, we're going to pay you to do X amount of this. Neither of us know what you're going to do.
Yeah, but we just want to have you on retainer, basically.
Yeah, we just want to have credit for what you do. Before we move into a game, I have a question for you. Is there one director out there that you would hope doesn't get that treatment? It still feels a little weird for me. It doesn't feel like selling out, but there's some directors I find myself being like, I don't know how encouraged I would be to find out Hulu signed a deal with them or Netflix signed a deal with them. Or is there anyone for you that you can think of?
Michael Bay.
Just because you don't care?
You want to preserve the integrity of his art.
Yeah. No, I just don't want to be subjected to that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, I feel like Scorsese should stay out of television. He's talked enough trash about the small screen and then turned around and released a movie on Netflix anyway. And I love Scorsese, but I just feel like
I think Scorsese loves Scorsese too.
Yeah, big time.
I mean, I still do.
I think it also depends on the platform, right? Because when you hear that Disney's like, hey, Favreau, why don't we? I'm like, oh, awesome, great. Let's do it. Denis right now, especially in his current relationship, box office versus streaming.
Yep.
Yeah. Feels like he's got too bad a taste in his mouth to do it. Mm-hmm. And I think I prefer him to be a theater only kind of guy.
Let's not distract him, Let's let him finish June before we lay TV out in front of the boy.
I would really be bummed, I think, if Damien Chazelle started doing a bunch of TV shows, because there's something about his movie, like preserving the integrity of those kind of smaller movies. And La La Land, First Man, not small movies by any means, but they're not big franchise pieces, and they're not going to do $1 billion. But still being able to go see stuff like that in a theater, to me, I think there's something special about that. I love we all love the movie theater experience, so we're always going to say that's better than streaming.
Yeah, for sure. And speaking of loving the movie theater experience, shout out to our favorite, which is Alamo, which almost all of its Metroplex, for those of you that are listening from the Metroplex, all of its Metroplex locations, I think are just about open.
I think we're back, baby.
We're back, very excited for that. Something else that we're back for is extra credit. We're just jumping straight into it. I have a very special extra credit for us this week because we're going to be doing it on Ocean's 11. I thought, why not have them need to have 11 points to win? And I know what you're thinking. We already struggle with 9, but that's okay. I'll give you another actor. How about that?
Okay.
You've got a really, really big pool here. Normally an extra credit. There'll be 3 actors that these boys have to try and guess as many of their top 4 credits on IMDb as possible. These credits are built off of an algorithm that make as much sense as the second and third Matrix movie, which is none at all. And so we kind of try, they're trying to get 9 points. They technically can get 15 because you get a point for every credit that you guess correctly. If you get all 4 of those actors' credits exactly, then you get an extra credit. You get an extra point. So you can have 5 per. So actually in this game, you guys could have 20 points, but you only need 11. And so you're going to be able to use...
It's so simple.
You're going to be able to use the cast of Ocean's 11, which in review, here's a few notables. We have George Clooney, Brad Pitt, Julia Roberts, Matt Damon, Bernie Mac, Casey Affleck, Carl Reiner might be doable. Andy Garcia, of course.
Are you forgetting Scott Conn, the biggest name in the whole movie?
Scott Conn.
This is my. Yes. I mean, he's the reason I watched it.
Siegfried and Roy are boxing spectators in the movie. So you could pick any of their films. Let's do 4. What are we thinking? I will let you do Damon again. This would be the third time in a row.
Third time in a month we've done Matt Damon.
And you can
guess
use
what?
Damon.
Forgot all 4 of them. Forgot all 4 of them already. Couldn't tell you right now what they are.
So you've got 4. What's the word?
Clune Dog. Got to be Clune Dog. Got to start with Clune Dog.
That's what I'm thinking too.
Clune Dog Millionaire.
Clune Dog Millionaire. Now, do I feel good about it? No, I don't.
No.
No, I don't at all. I really don't. Okay. Do we think ER? ER.
That's what I was going to ask. I mean, TV's rarely there. We've got a real Scorsese vibe about
TV's
TV.
there more than we think so.
Yeah, let's try ER. We got points to burn. We got guesses to use.
Okay.
ER, lock it in.
Okay.
Bong bong.
Yeah.
Tough start for Georgie.
Oh, Georgie.
Do you think?
I mean, I think Ocean's 11.
Brother, where art thou could be up there.
I do. I think Ocean's 11 is probably up there.
I think Ocean's up there.
I've got a weird heat around Gravity for some reason. I feel like that movie was a huge deal when it came out because of the like big single take scene at the beginning.
Okay.
Obviously, Batman and Robin.
Yeah. Let's start maybe.
I feel good about Oh Brother.
See, I don't.
Really?
What
do you feel best about?
Probably Gravity of that list.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Gravity.
Fucking Gravity.
Lock it in.
Bong bong.
All right. Okay. He's just done so much.
I know.
And so much of the things that I like him from are not his biggest things. I mean, Oceans, if we don't guess Oceans, we're idiots. So we have to guess Oceans.
Let's do Oceans. Ocean's
11. Lock it in.
Lock it in.
Bong bong. 0 for 3.
You're kidding me.
This isn't surprising to me.
Let's do Oh Brother.
Okay. Oh, Brother, where art thou? Lock it in. Bong, bong.
Bong bong. There's not, I can't remember the last time you got nothing.
Full swing and a miss.
And I have to say,
one of my favorite things about this game is when Carter is like, how can I be mean without being mean? And so he's like, man, the last time you did this bad, I don't even remember when it was.
I don't think it happened
the last time.
You haven't even, you didn't even mention any of the movies that are in his top 5. It turns out you've stumbled upon, it's a really charming black hole, but the biggest IMDb black hole I think I've ever seen. Number 1, Michael Clayton. Number 2, Up in the Air.
I literally was like, I wonder if Up in the Air is going to be
Number
in his top
3,
4.
The Ides of March.
I was going to ask about the Ides of March.
Why is that one?
Number 4, Good Night and Good Luck. Yowza. Speaking of good luck, who's your next actor or actress?
I don't think there's anybody you could walk up to on the street and say, quick, name a George Clooney movie.
They would say Michael
and they would
Clayton.
name one of those 4.
We'll put a challenge out there. For those of you listening.
Do that.
You already know the answers. Go find somebody else who hasn't listened to this episode yet, doesn't know about the game. Just throw it out there. See how many of the top 4 they get. That was really hard. That was very, very hard.
So the good news, bad news is we have 3 more. That's the good news. The bad news is it's just the regular game where we have to get 2 more points.
Oh, no.
Basically. But Damon's out there. And he could be 5 points for you.
We could get Damon perfect.
This is the third
now we
week in a row.
won't. But
I don't remember his top.
No, I don't either. I do not either. It's because it's the third, listeners, it's the 3rd week in a row. No, there's been an off week between all the Damons, but our recording schedule got temporarily dislodged from this timeline. And so we recorded those episodes 100 years ago.
Got a lot of Damon. There was a lot of Damon that happened.
Brad Pitt, Julia Roberts,
Let's
Matt
do
Damon.
Brad Pitt. Okay, here's what I feel. Here's how I feel about Brad Pitt. Ready? Here's what I feel. I don't like Carter's face right now. Golly, his top 4 is going to be stupid.
I'm sorry. I usually try not to be a read on this one. I usually try not to express
Well, now I'm worried.
myself.
You think we got a Inglorious in here?
I think we should have an Inglorious in here. Okay, no, I don't think so.
No, I don't. Carter just laughed. Crap.
I'm not trying to help, guys. It's just I can't believe.
Do you think it's Ad Astra 4 times?
Maybe. Let's just do it. Let's forget Carter's face and all the things he's doing.
I'm covering him up.
It's going to be weird. So do we think, because it feels like Fight Club should be there. It feels like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood should be there. It feels like Inglourious Basterds should be there. But are any of them based on those faces we saw on our screens? I don't know. I feel like it's going to be some, what is it, Burn After Reading, the Coen Brothers movie that he did. I feel like Burn After Reading is going to be his top 4, weirdly.
Yeah, sure.
Let's try Burn After Reading.
Burn After Reading. Lock it in.
Bong bong.
Yeah, that's fine. Fight Club, lock it.
Yeah.
I'm sticking to my guns here. Fight Club. I want to do Fight Club. It has to be.
Yeah.
There's no world where Fight Club. Yeah, lock it in.
Bong Bong.
You're kidding me.
0 for 6.
Troy.
6 straight.
It's Troy, isn't it?
Sure. Yeah, let's try
It's
Troy.
Troy, huh? Lock it in. Troy.
Lock in Troy.
Bong Bong.
Inglourious Bastards.
It's not going to be. You saw his face. It's not going to be.
Then Ad Astra. Shout out to our friend at the bank who helped us formulate our LLC. Ad Astra was their favorite movie they saw last year.
Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Lock it in.
Oh, that's a good one. Lock it in.
It's not going to be there.
Bing, 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 bing,
Get
bing, bing, bing.
absolutely out.
Number 2. That was your 4 guesses for Brad Pitt.
Guess.
Number 4, Moneyball.
Well, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Number 3, 12 Monkeys.
No.
Okay.
Number 2, Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Number 1 credit for Brad Pitt on IMDb, Ad Astra.
Wow. What?
Now, here's the wonderful thing about extra credit. You do only have 1 point, but
if we get
if you get your next 2 perfectly, as I'm being mocked, and I get it, I understand it, I take it. If you get the next 2 perfect, you win. This has the chance to be the most memorable game of extra credit we have ever played. Who's it going to be? Feels like one of them needs to be
go for Matt Damon. We're still going to whiff
Let's
it, though.
save Matt Damon for 4th.
We're going to whiff it. No, because if we can't get the next one perfect, then it's over anyway. So we should take Damon next.
Okay.
Set up the suspense. I don't remember his 4
Do you remember
movies.
any of his 4?
Nope.
Okay.
I eject extra credit from my brain the millisecond that the game is over. The Departed.
The Departed. Lock it in.
Are you nervous about it as you say it?
Yeah. No, I feel incredible about The Departed.
Bing, bing, bing. Number 3.
Good Will Hunting.
Good Will Hunting.
Right.
Lock it in.
Lock it in.
Bing, 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 bing. Number 1.
The Martian. Yeah, that's another one.
Yeah, I think
The Martian. Lock it in, right?
The Martian. Lock it in.
Bing, 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 bing. Number 2.
Now, here's the one that I feel like we get hung up on every time, huh?
Yup. The past 2 times.
I'll go ahead and say it's not The Aviator, guys.
Thank you. Here's where I feel like I get hung up a lot, is on this one in particular.
Got a lot riding on this.
I bet pretty soon one of his top credits is going to be that super cool Oklahoma Man movie that he's in. I bet that movie's going to be his best movie ever.
Stillwater.
That was almost your chicken noodle voice.
That was almost Matt Damon in True Grit.
Yeah.
Was it True Grit?
I guarantee it's not True Grit.
I don't think
The Texas Ranger presses on.
There's something else. There's something obvious we're missing with Damon and somebody who has listened to 2 of our last 5 episodes is screaming it in their car right now.
If you've gone through and binged them, you are so bad at us.
Hey, maybe
imagine the person who's just listened to both of those and is now listening to this one. That's 3 episodes in a row that you've heard us do this.
A lot of people, we've been accused of being like savants, like incredibly gifted, like super talented and funny and cool. Like this should prove we're just regular guys, you know?
Listen, I'm the same.
I don't remember what the fuck.
No, I have no idea.
And I can't think of any Matt Damon movies. Like none.
Literally the only one I can think of is Ocean's 11.
I don't think it's that though, huh?
No, I know it's not. He's done other things. I can't think of any of them.
Do we want to table this last guess and move on to another actor and hope that okay.
No.
We don't want any hints or anything.
No.
The year this was made, anything like that. Okay.
No.
Wait. Isn't it Interstellar?
Oh, I don't remember that. It feels like we'd have 2 "Oh no, Matt's Lost in Space" movies in his top 4. That's a little weird, right?
Look me in the eye and tell me that's weirder than Clooney or Pitt's top 4.
It's not weirder than Clooney or Pitt's top 4, but I would remember if Interstellar was there, I think. Every time Carter says the name of this movie, you say, "Yeah, I never would have got it in a million years."
Is that Damon?
That ring any bells?
I thought that was Robin Williams with 1 Hour Photo, and we kept whiffing that one.
No, we got 1 Hour Photo. I don't think we whiffed that.
Oh, so there's a Damon movie on this that I wouldn't guess.
Right. It's a little less, it's not as like mainstream, I guess, as his other 3.
Well, I'm definitely not going to remember the name of it. Is it a person's name?
Oh, Carter. It's It's that one Matt Damon movie we've talked about a couple of times. Lock it in.
Lock it in? Okay. Bing, bing, bing.
Is it a person's name?
I don't remember.
Let's move on. We'll come back. I like Carter's idea. Let's move on. We'll come back.
Yeah.
Julia Roberts.
So, we won't get that. We won't get her.
Andy Garcia.
No.
Bernie Mac.
No.
Casey Affleck.
I don't think.
Scott Kahn.
Hawaii 504 times.
Don Cheadle.
Sean Deedle. How quickly you turned up your nose at Julia Roberts, and yet...
Okay, let's do Julia. Fine.
No, hold on. I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Dude, I hate... Extra credit makes me feel like a movie idiot.
Yeah.
It's
Big
like
time.
we're like, let's do Julia Roberts. And then I'm like, can't think of any movie she's ever done.
Has she ever been in a movie before? Was Ocean's her first one?
Pretty sure Oceans is the only movie she's ever been in.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
I hate this game with
This
my
was
whole
hard.
soul.
This is a hard cast to do this game with, too.
I thought it was going to be easy until IMDb was like, let's get weird with it on Pitt and Clune Dog. Oh man, we could go Casey Affleck. It's gonna be all weird stuff.
I feel like that would be so hard.
Let's try it. I feel like I've got a better shot. Well, maybe if you don't feel comfortable, then let's not. But I feel like I have a better shot with him than I do with Julia Roberts.
Let's do it. Let's do Casey.
Let's do Casey. Okay. All right. Manchester gots to be there.
You would think that, wouldn't you?
I mean, yeah. That's
okay.
valid.
Let's try it. Let's lock in Manchester by the Sea.
See, we can't let IMDb get in our brain. It can't be. You'd think it has to. Like it has to be there.
Jordan, have you said lock
Let's
it in?
lock in Manchester by the Sea.
Bing, 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 bing. Number 2.
Oh, 2. Okay, I think Ghost Story could be there. I think Assassination of Jesse James by the Coward Robert Ford could be there. I think Good Will Hunting, honestly, could be there.
Yeah.
I think
Interstellar could be there.
Interstellar could be there. These are all options. Gone Baby Gone is probably there, actually.
Feel good about that.
Yeah.
Gone Baby Gone, lock it in.
Gone Baby Gone, lock it in.
Bing, 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 bing. Number 1.
No way. Okay.
Whoa.
So you have 3 guesses left. 2 of them are Casey. 1 of them is Matt. If you get them all 3, you win.
Whoa.
The greatest comeback of all time.
Okay.
Extra credit plus.
You had a streak of getting 6 guesses wrong, then a streak of getting 5 right.
That's nice. That's reassuring. This is where...
Yeah, this is where it all falls apart, though.
Yeah, this is where some spin out is about to happen.
Your point total currently is 6.
I didn't need that. I didn't need that from you. Okay, I feel... Man, I kind of feel like the Assassination of Jesse James is there over like a Ghost Story. Just that cast is stacked. I don't know, Goodwill Hunt. I don't know. I don't think Goodwill Hunting's there.
No, he's not.
He's done other stuff.
Right. He doesn't do much in Good Will Hunting.
Which is why I also think Interstellar might not be there.
I agree.
Do you want to go with Jesse James first?
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel okay about that?
I mean, I don't feel okay about any movie.
I just need a cosign.
At any
All
point
I need
in
is
this
a
game.
cosign.
I'll cosign, but
Okay.
I don't think that you're going to be able to pay the amount of this loan.
Sure. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, let's lock in the Assassination of Jesse James by the Coward Robert Ford.
Lock it in.
Lock it in.
Bing, 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 bing. Number 3. You are 2 guesses away. 1 for Matt, 1 for Casey. And you will win.
How does this
Extra
happen
credit.
every time we play this game? We start off and get
so
really
stupid.
mad.
This is
Always a
unreal
nail
to me.
biter. I hate it. I don't think it's Ghost Story.
I can tell you, I'm going to give you a tiny. Neither Matt nor Casey's movies have been mentioned.
Oof.
Ooh.
Oof. Yikes.
Oof.
Yikes. My brain just ejected all of my movie knowledge again.
Yep. Completely.
Do you think that helped or hurt you or both?
I think,
to know that?
I don't know. I think it hurt me.
I don't know. Well, if you think about it, we have technically not said Ocean's 11 for Casey.
I don't know if that's true.
I know. It's, it depends on how tricksy Carter's being today.
No, I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, how Rumpelstiltskin he's feeling. Monkey's Paw. Man, has Casey Affleck ever done other movies?
I think his 4th credit is just an MTV Cribs episode. So, yeah, that's all the movies he's done.
Dude, what? Just start naming Casey Affleck movies, right? Like just, even if we've already said them. So he's been in Ghost Story. He's been in Interstellar. He's been in
Manchester by the Sea.
by the
He's got
Sea.
Gone Baby Gone.
Gone Baby Gone, Ocean's 11, Good Will Hunting.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you two years. I'm not gonna tell you which actor it's associated with, but these are the years though these final two movies were released. Are you ready? 2013, 1999. I'm not gonna tell you which actor they're associated with. One of those years was the Matt movie. One of those years was the Casey movie.
I feel like Matt is the 1999.
Dude, I hate to say this. I literally could not think of gun to my head. I couldn't name another Casey Affleck movie right now. I couldn't even name one. Not even one that I think is in his top 4. Like I just could not name another Casey Affleck or Matt Damon movie right now. My brain has hit a wall and fried.
This game is always like the end of like Hot Ones or something when somebody's brain is just completely short-circuited by the stress that their body's going through.
I know. I'm going to be infuriated.
The crappy thing, the worst thing of all of it is that we have heard this Matt Damon movie twice and had this reaction to it twice.
I know.
At least. We've probably done Matt Damon even before that too. What was Casey Affleck up to in 2013?
Is the Damon movie like something like The Informant or something like that?
I don't know. I mean, genuinely, my brain is so smooth at the moment. I could see my reflection in it.
Yeah. So Good Will Hunting was what, 97? Is that right? Or is it 99?
Yeah.
97.
So 2 years later, is Casey popping back up in something?
No. I think Casey happened in 2013.
What was Casey doing in 2013? Gone Baby Gone's like 2007.
It would be like right before Manchester by the Sea, right?
Manchester by the Sea would have been 2015 or 16, right? I think it's 2016 or 17.
2016.
He was probably already doing Bummers.
Gone Baby Gone and The Assassination were both 2007.
Is he in that Joaquin movie where Joaquin is like himself and it's like the fake documentary where everything's crazy?
Oh.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. What's that movie called?
I can't remember. I'm pretty sure Casey Affleck's in it or directed it or something.
I don't know. Man, I don't think it's going to happen for me.
Okay, fine.
If we want, we could do a thing to where we go into like the top billed cast and you do a random number and I tell you who the other cast member is for a movie.
I like that.
Sure, why not? There's already an asterisk
like
next to this one. Let's just make it even bigger.
This is a weird new game we're playing called Extra Credit 2.
So the risk here is you could be guessing your own actor's credit that you're trying to get here.
Yeah.
So it could just be you. Okay, so for our first one, we're going to do the Casey movie. So you can do 1 through whatever, and then I'll give you that.
What about if we ever have to do this, the number of points that we have? Like we have 6 points right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
What if that means we have to get the 6th billed person in these movies? Could be a fun rule. I don't know. I'm not a gamesmith. I just play them. I don't make them up. I notice everybody like loves that idea. So like, do we want to pick number 6 or a different number?
Yeah, let's go 6.
The 6th person.
6.
Casey Affleck. Not even kidding right now. I'm not even kidding. I'm not even kidding. This is so sad. Oh.
That sucks.
Are we gonna throw in the white towel? Y'all have done a great. It's been a good fight.
I'm done with this game.
Okay.
I'm finished.
The 4th credit for Casey Affleck was a movie with Christian Bale, Zoe Saldana, Woody Harrelson called Out of the Furnace. That's a really tough one. I've seen that movie.
I never would have gotten that.
Saw it in theaters. Was not very good. And then Matt Damon's 4th credit is the talented Mr. Ripley.
Yep. Hey, ask me in 30 minutes what that name of that movie is, and I will have
Ask
no
me
idea.
In 10 minutes what the name of that movie is, and I won't.
To end this episode, there's really no energy left. Do we just want to end it? Just want to say our names and be done. I'm Carter.
I'm Doge.
I'm the talented Mr. Ripley. Good night.